So we all know the pros use the best guns in the game, and they also use the best attachments in the game to absolutely crush their opponents. And I'm going to give you guys 5 of the best classes in the entire game so you guys could do that as well and go off on people. But the twist is I'm also going to be tuning every single attachment, so if you guys want to run on regular multiplayer with these, you could go ahead and do so as well. The first weapon on this list is going to be nothing other than the TAC 56. So for the TAC 56 class, we're just going to throw in a random one here. We're going to go ahead and change up all of these attachments and give you guys absolutely the best one there is. The next weapon on this list is probably going to be the Vaznev, the Lachmann Sub, the SPX 80, and again another TAC 56 class, because there's 2 amazing TAC 56 classes and you guys could choose which one is better for you. So I'm gonna go in probably maybe not in that order, maybe in that order, we'll see. The first attachment on this TAC 56 is pretty awesome. The first one is going to be the VLK Kolos Flash Hider, and this is for the muzzle. It gives you muzzle flash concealment, recoil steadiness, and recoil stabilization. We need all that recoil control we could possibly get. After that, we're going to go to the underbarrel, and for the underbarrel, we're going to put on the Commando foregrip. It's a very basic one. I mean, you get recoil stabilization again and aiming idle stability. So if you're playing on ranked and you're aiming down sights and stuff, your gun's not wobbling everywhere, that's pretty nice. And then the barrel on this one is going to be the 17.5-inch Tundra barrel, which again is really good. And then the last 2, we got the stock, which I believe is, I have it written right here, the TVX Line Pro, and this one is pretty nice as well, which I can't actually throw on at the moment because I have to get my TAC M to level 20, but you get crouch movement speed, sprint speed, and ADS speed. And in the tuning, what I would tune is recoil control, put it about halfway up, and then just work on that. You may want to make sure you have that up. So I'm going to tell you guys that for there, I don't unfortunately have that attachment. I thought I had every single attachment in the game, and then I went ahead and I tried this class out and I couldn't throw that on, but even without it, it is pretty good. And then for the last one, we're going to put on the demo clean shot grip for more sprint to fire and ADS speed. Now for the tuning on these guns, if you're playing multiplayer, what I would do is for the muzzle, I would go ahead and tune the ADS speed up, and I would put the gun kick control up as well. So the ADS at 0.48 and the gun kick control at 0.24. That's going to be pretty nice right there. Then for the barrel, what I would do here is actually put the recoil steadiness up to around 0.30 and then the ADS around 0.30 as well. If I could get it right there on it, that would be nice. So we don't need the damage range to be up too much on this because it really doesn't make a difference. It's still going to take the same amount of shots to actually kill someone, whether you put it up or not. And then for the Commando foregrip, the underbarrel, what I would tune here is ADS up slightly, and the bottom I would just leave as is. I wouldn't really mess with that, just leave it at 0. So ADS at 0.38, you're solid right there. And then the demo clean shot grip for the rear grip, you're going to put the recoil steadiness up and the sprint to fire up on this one. So sprint to fire, max it out, it actually does max it out, and then recoil steadiness up at 0.48. So that's the first TAC 56 class. This is a great one. I need to get that. I need to get it unlocked, man. I need to get the TVX Line Pro unlocked. I don't know why I don't have it unlocked. I never really play with the TAC M. I mean, if you play with the TAC M, all props to you, but let's get on to the next weapon. The next one, of course, being the Vaznev 9K. Now, the Vaznev 9K is such a good gun. It's probably one of the best guns in the game, and if you're playing multiplayer, you're gonna want to tune it for sure. But even if you don't tune it, you don't need to worry about that too much. And there's only going to be 4 attachments on this gun, and there's only 4 attachments that you actually need. So the first one is going to be the Commando foregrip for the underbarrel. Again, aiming idle stability and recoil stabilization. You're going to be pretty set with that right there. And then we're going to move on to the muzzle, which is going to be the Bruin Pendulum, and this one right here is pretty cool. There it is right there. It gives you vertical and horizontal recoil control, which on the Vaznev I would say is definitely needed because this gun does have some kick to it, and if you could get as much control as you possibly could on this, you definitely want to go ahead and do that. So this is great. It gives you vertical and horizontal both, so you should be pretty good at that right there. And then the stock is going to be the Atrazat stock, which is pretty cool as well. This one is this one right here. You get sprint speed and aim walking speed. And then for the rear grip, we're going to go ahead and put on the True Tac grip for sprint to fire and ADS. This is a gun that's built for rushing. If you're playing on actual ranked, this is all you need on this weapon. You don't need to put anything else. You don't need to put a barrel. You don't need to put a magazine, ammunition, nothing. This class is going to set you off. Now, if you're playing multiplayer, I have a few options for you. You can go to the laser and you can put the first one that gives you ADS right here, which is the Schlager Peck Box IV. And there you go. You're just even faster ADS and no laser visibility. There's no cons to that, so you should be pretty nice with that. And then I would put sprint to fire up to around 0.38, and then I would put the ADS up around, where was it? Right there, 16.32. 16.30, whatever you guys could get it to. That's a pretty nice number. The Bruin Pendulum is going to be the muzzle, and I would actually tune this for recoil stabilization up at around 0.50 if I could actually get it. I can't. There we go. You finally got it. And then recoil control as well at about 0.25. Anywhere you could get near 0.25, you should be solid. The Commando foregrip for the underbarrel, I would tune this for, again, more ADS speed. It's an SMG. You want this to be fast. You want to be able to get around quickly. And then the bottom one, don't even tune that at all. Leave it as is. The Atrazat stock, I would tune this for ADS up at around 2.40, 3.0. As long as you get somewhere near there, 2.40 seems pretty nice. And then again, the bottom one, I'm not touching. I'm just going to leave it as is. And then the final one, which is the True Tack grip, you're going to want to put, again, the ADS up just slightly to around 0.40. And then the Sprintifier, you want to throw up just below max at around 0.40 as well. So if you get 0.40 on both of those, you're pretty set. That is the Vaznev 9K. Insane gun, insane class, and I truly do love this. Now, another weapon on this list is going to be the SPX 80 at the number 3 spot, and I'm going to let you guys know something. I don't actually have this weapon unlocked. I never had this weapon unlocked. It's actually still locked. As you guys can see right here, I have to get the LEB 330 to level 18, which I can't really be bothered to do. So we're going to go ahead and throw on a variant of this weapon, which I was luckily enough to get, and we're going to go ahead and take off most of these attachments here. And that's actually something cool about this game. You don't have to unlock the base weapon in order to actually change the attachments on the base weapon. I do really like that a lot. So the first thing right here is going to be the barrel, and for the barrel we're going to go to the 18.5 inch Bryson LR factory for ADS speed and hip recoil control. Hip recoil control on a sniper, might not care about it too much, but that ADS speed on this one is really nice. After that, we're going to move on to the optic, and that's going to be the Forge Tac Delta 4, which is a pretty clean sight. I don't like it too much, but a lot of people seem to be using it. It's a 5x5 or 5.5 time magnification. I'm not crazy about it, but a lot of people seem to like it, so I'm throwing it on anyways, just because it's what's recommended and stuff like that. And I would honestly say I don't like the scope whatsoever, but it is what it is. Then we're going to put on the stock the PVZ 890 tac stock for crouch movement speed, sprint speed, and ADS speed. It's all about that ADS speed. That's what we want the most. And then for the bolt, we're going to put on the FSS ST87 bolt for the rechambering speed, which is going to be nice and quick. It's actually not too bad to throw on. And then for the rear grip, you're going to want to throw something on that's going to give you sprint to fire and ADS, which is the Schlager match grip right here. Now, if you're playing multiplayer, this class might not actually work as well as if you were playing ranked or anything like that, but if you do want to rush with it, it's not the worst class ever. So we're going to tune this, and what we're going to tune it for is mostly ADS. So wherever we get ADS, we're definitely going to tune that up. Right here, you can put it at 0.25, but barrel tuning is an attachment that I don't normally recommend ADS going up on. So instead, we're going to put that damage range up to 0.25 right there, rather than ADS speed. Now, the recoil steadiness, it's a sniper, it doesn't matter too much, but you could throw it on just so the gun doesn't like bounce like crazy, and then if you have to take a second shot or something, you could do it kind of quickly. You don't have to worry about that right there. The Forge Tac Delta 4, I would put, again, the ADS speed up to oh my god, right where it gets, right there, 0.78. It's hard to get to, and I would definitely set that to close. It's nice and easy to hit your shots. The PVZ 890 stock, I would tune this again. You want that ADS speed up, and then I would say aiming idle stability. It's a sniper, that is pretty important. So ADS at 2.16 and aiming idle stability at 1.92. For the final one, the actual bolt, which is the FSS ST87, you can't tune it. So it is what it is. You can't tune this one, but I mean, hey, it's pretty nice. This class it's not too bad. I'll show you guys right here. It's not the worst class that there could possibly be in this game. So it's pretty quick. You can hit your shots, and then even at long distance, if you want a quick scope, you could do it. So it's not too bad. It's actually really fast. It's a nice gun, and if I was better at sniping, I'm not bad at sniping, but if I was better, I would be using it a lot more. The second to last weapon on this list is going to be the Lachmann Sub. Now, the Lachmann Sub is probably one of the better guns in the game, and it's no reason a lot of the pro players would actually go ahead and use it. So let's get into the class setup. The first attachment is going to be the muzzle, and this one is going to be pretty basic. I would actually recommend throwing on the Spiral V3.5, which it's going to be a little hard to find this one, but once you actually get right there, you'll see it. It's an easy one. It's one of those short and stubby ones, which normally give us that nice recoil stabilization that we're looking for, and it also gives you muzzle flash concealment, which I don't really care for too much, but you know, it is what it is. the barrel is going to be the L38 Falcon 226 for movement speed and ADS speed. Again, it's an SMG. You're meant to rush with this. You want to be fast with this, and it's going to help you guys out a lot. After that, we're going to go for the AccuShot 5 megawatt laser, which gives you more ADS and aiming stability, but your laser is visible when aiming down sights. It's not the end of the world. It's not too bad, but I definitely recommend throwing that on. The underbarrel is going to be the, where is it? I think it's the Lockwood, if I'm not mistaken. Or not Lockwood, Lock Grip Precision 40, and this one's pretty cool because you get hipfire accuracy, which helps a lot with SMGs. You get recoil steadiness, and you get aim walking steadiness as well. And for the final attachment, we're going to go to the rear grip, and we're going to throw on the Lachmann TCG10 for recoil control. Now, this is pretty cool. It's one of the only guns in the game that actually doesn't have a rear grip that gives you ADS or sprint to fire. I wish it did, but that recoil control is really nice. Now, for those of you guys playing multiplayer, again, the muzzle, the Spiral V3.5, I would tune this to give you guys some ADS, and I would tune it to give you gun kick control. So the ADS would be at 0.30 and the gun kick control anywhere between 0.20, 0.25, and you should be pretty nice right there. The L38 Falcon barrel, this one right here, you're again gonna tune instead of ADS because there's no option. You're gonna put recoil setting this up to around 0.30, and then at the bottom you get ADS or damage range. I would recommend the ADS again at around 0.20, somewhere around there is gonna give you a nice amount of it. And the reason I wouldn't put damage range on is because you're not focusing on using an SMG at long range. You want that ADS to be quick. You want to be able to rush. You want to be able to get around the map fast. For the AccuShot laser, you're going to tune this again for sprint to fire speed, or not again. So first time you can actually do that on this class at around 0.40, and then ADS again at 32.64. Going down to the, I guess, the Lachmann TCG10, I would tune this one for ADS once again at around 0.40, and then awesomely enough, you could actually tune that sprint to fire just below that, just below the max at around 0.40. I always go at around 0.40 for this attachment right here, or anything similar, and it's good. And then the Lock Grip Precision 40, I would tune this one for hip recoil control, so you can shoot at the hip and get some nice shots on. And instead of ADS, we already have so much stuff tuned at ADS, tune it for hip fire accuracy up at 0.23, so you should be pretty nice on this right here. And this class is fast. This class is gross. I'm actually probably going to go ahead and use it on multiplayer for a video just to show you guys how nice this class actually is. And the lack of recoil, like, you could go for those long shots. If I didn't have to reload, I would have continued to hit him. He would have been done for, and this class is actually really nice. Going on to the final weapon, we're going to go back to the TAC 56 because we got a second class to show you guys of that weapon. The muzzle is going to be the FJX Fulcrum muzzle, which is, again, it's one that I've used before on this gun, and it actually does a pretty decent job at it. It's actually a really nice one. You got vertical and horizontal recoil control, which the horizontal isn't as important on this weapon right here, but it does make it feel a lot more stable, so it is pretty nice on that one right there. I just said pretty nice instead of pretty nice. But anyways, the barrel is going to be the 17.5 inch Tundra Pro, and then we're going to move on to the underbarrel, which is going to be the shark fin. I don't like the shark fin. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm not a crazy shark fin barrel underbarrel person. It gives you aiming idle stability, which I don't really care for, but there is a pro class that actually utilizes this, so it must be good for a certain play style. Maybe if you're sitting back a little more and stuff like that, it might be kind of nice. You might like it, you might not. The ammunition is going to be the 5.56, and that's going to be the high velocity. I was going to say the overpressured because I'm so used to using that, but it's going to be the high velocity on this one. And the final one is going to be the stock, and that's going to be the TV Cardinal stock, which is this one right here for aim walking speed and sprint speed. Now the tuning, quickly just to go through this, I'm not crazy about this class. It's one that a lot of people have been using for a long time, so it does work. I've used it myself, it does work, but I prefer the other one. The barrel on this one is going to be tuned for recoil steadiness up at around 0.30, and then instead of ADS, you could actually tune the damage range on this one. It doesn't make too much of a difference, but this class is built for even longer distances, so it's pretty nice to have that up as well. The FJ Fulcrum for the muzzle is going to be tuned for ADS rather than recoil stabilization, and then recoil control you could put up on this one. So ADS at 0.34 and recoil control at 0.22. So it's not going to stabilize itself, but once you control it yourself, you could do a pretty good job. This stock, the TV Cardinal, I will tune this one for ADS, and I find right here where it bounces back up towards handling at around 1.20 120 to be a really nice one. And here's where you can put your aiming idle stability a little higher as well at about 1.68. The high velocity, 5.56 high velocity, you're gonna put recoil smoothness actually does nothing. Someone told me it does nothing. I tried it out. It does a little work. It does a little something, but it could all be a placebo. So put the damage range up to around 0.40, and then the recoil steadiness or bullet velocity. We're gonna go bullet velocity in this case at 5.40. The FSS shark fin underbarrel, I'm gonna put ADS on this one because this gun is slow. It's gonna need some of that, and leave the bottom one alone right there. I forgot to see exactly what for the ADS, and I didn't even get it exactly where I wanted, so I did it at 0.28. It's supposed to be at 0.30. And then the FJX Fulcrum Pro for the muzzle, we're gonna tune this one, which I already tuned it for you guys. I completely forgot I did this already, so you already saw that. There it is right there again. Here's the classes. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to drop a like, sub to the channel if those notifications turned on. My name is Nick. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. By the way, if you want an M4 class, this one is gross.